Hey guys, okay, so this video is actually recorded immediately after the recommended selective summon heroes video. Like I did mention in the description, I did forget that it was for the selective summons when I got to the 3 stars, and I mentioned the LD heroes. So do ignore the LD heroes, although you can keep those in mind just in case you do pull them. So yeah, um, apart from that, what I want to do for this video is that I forgot to mention one thing in the previous video, which is how should you pull and for your selective summons. When you pull for your selective summons, if you do have the time, do it selectively. If you can't get anything throughout the 30, reset the account through um, let me just show you guys through the reset button over here. Yes, during in the setting, there's a reset button that resets your account so that you have to do the tutorial again. Um, Not recommended if you guys don't really have the time or you guys are too lazy. But overall, if you do have a lot of time, do that, and you can get just almost the perfect pulls ever. Now, how would you select your heroes? You have to choose the content that you want to focus on first. First will be arena or PvP, and we have PVE content. So you have to choose between the two. I wanted to do a PvP account for this, which is why I wanted Ken, but I didn't get Ken. I got Says. Says will fall off in the later part, but I guess I'll make do for now. Now let's talk about PvP first. If you're going for PvP, I'll just say the names of the heroes since I went through the descriptions earlier. We will have Cecilia, Vildred, Charlotte surprisingly in fact. Uh, let's see what else. Karen or Kieran, however you would like to pronounce him. Charles, surprisingly good. Iseria, if you pair it with, if you pair her with Tamarine, Tamarine definitely good. But for PVE, Says is good for PvP in the early to mid game just for you to catch up or to jump ahead of the crowd. Tywin, Tywin is surprisingly really good for PvP as well. Although he does do a lot more work in the PvE side. But yes, PvP, yes, Tywin. He does have a dispel by the way, although it's only a single buff. Lidica, definitely great for PvP as a first turner. Just resets the enemy's combat readiness to 0. So yeah, always good. Ken, which is the one I wanted. Insane defense downer, insane debuffs, insane multiple debuffs. Yeah, I wanted him, didn't get him. Oh well. Araminta for the early to mid game PvP. Why not? Um, let's see. Tenebria, Bazaar, uh, Tamarine. You can use as a healer in PvP, but I'm not recommended as a new starting hero. That's for sure. Unless you got a DPS 4 star or 3 star that you can use like Sid or something to pair with Tamarine, then yay. If not, nay. Ludwig, always good for PvP. Always good. Especially if you do have like a Achilles or CR min that you get later on, then wow, it's gonna be insane. Crow, very good. It did fall off a little off the meta, but you can always revive it. People always fall off the meta just because of new heroes, or like for example in this case Silverblade Araminta. So they try to build around her. I think she might fall off in the later half, or maybe she might not, just because she's a little bit too broken. Unless they nerf her, let's not jinx it a little. Bellona, very good. Let's see, Violet, very underrated. It's like ML Ken, pair Violet with ML Ken, and you have a counter attack festival. Like, yay! Insane. Definitely a go. Sermia, no. Destina, early mid game, yay, but late game, not so much. Now for 4 stars, we'll have Rose, Silk, Let's see. Sid. Sid, definitely a yay. Katie's only if you have Ludwig. If not, no. Ludwig or Ludwig. Next is Shuri. Clarissa, pretty slow, but very very high DPS. So yay. Let's see. We have Rin. Surprisingly, Rin. Very good for defense down as a bonus. Double buffs, why not? Angelica, insane, best healer in the game currently. Like, wow. So, always keep her if you do get her. If you do throw her away, please kill yourself. Just kidding. Now let's go for 3 stars. 3 stars, we'll go for Cluey. Definitely a yay. Terranal Guard. Terranal Royal Guard is subjective. Judith, definitely a yay. Ruzit, definitely a yay. Tyria is dead. They nerfed her to Oblivion. Annet is already dead even before the game started. Helga, surprisingly, doesn't have any combat readiness boost, but mostly because of this. Speed increase is always good. Always paired with a combat readiness booster. So it'll be combat readiness booster followed by Helga buff, followed by the rest of the team, and boom, game over. Always good. You can keep it on the side. Don't really have to build the crit. You just have to have insane amount of speed so that Helga can use the buff even once. Now Terranal Guard, like I mentioned, very good. Mukacha, subjective. Lorena, insane. Keep. Hazel, you'll get her eventually. So I won't even say keep or not, but keep, I guess. Let's see. Jet or Jack, whichever. PvP wise, I guess if you need a Wondrous Potion Vial, why not? Always good for PvP, I guess. Let's see. Elson, you get it later on, so I will mention that. So, let's see what else. PvP. I think that will be all. The rest are all specialty changes. And yes, now I think I'm done with that PvP side. Now to go for the PvE side. We have Vildred. I won't say Charlotte because Charlotte is good for PvP and PvE, but it is slightly slower than most heroes. Ravi, definitely. Says, Haste, Tywin, surprisingly. Ken, Araminta, Tenebria. Let's see. Tamarine, subjective. Ludwig, subjective. Bellona, definitely. Destina, subjective. Now let's see, for this will be Silk, Mercedes for PvE, that's for sure. Although Mercedes is already free and you already get her earlier on. Armin, if you need someone to tank, and also for a little bit of heal for the team. Sid, definitely a yay. Katie for healer. Shuri, definitely for PvE content is definitely very good. Dingo, surprisingly, if you guys didn't know and haven't tried, he's pretty good actually. Clarissa, definitely a yay. Lots if you need a fast healer, and then yay. Purges is really good in PvE just because the enemy cannot choose their targets, and if you play by elemental advantage, Purges, if you get him hit, he does AoE every single time, which is insane. Super good for PvE. I would say use him if you have him for PvE. Rin is very good to pair with another hero, that's for sure. Angelica is a yay. Surin, very good to shred bosses especially. She does drop a ton of bleed, especially if you have like let's say Dust Devil. It does proc a little bit too much, in fact. Okay, 3 stars. We have Aether, surprisingly, he does do a decent amount of healing when you do get the stats up, but in the early game it does kind of weak. He is pretty weak. Chloe definitely a yay for PVE. It's a yay 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 yay. Judith is no. Okay, never mind. Forget Judith. Let's see. Let's see what else. Num, 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 num. Terranor Guard. I'm using him as a PVE content killer. He does kill a lot, in fact. Mukacha is pretty good for PVE because he does buff himself with a lot of speed. In fact, if you use Renan Memorandum, it does make him insanely fast in early game, like insanely. I mean, you could get him to like 160 speed, and in early game, that's a lot. Lorena, you get her for free, so yay. Hazel is always a keep for PVE. The attack up is good. Let's see what else. If you need someone a fire DPS AOE, you can use Carrot. But she does fall off like in mid game actually, so subjective. Jack is always good because you do get debuffed in the later half of the PvE content or story or perhaps even Abyss. Let's see. Curious is very good, especially if you need to shred down the bosses in PvE contents, and yay. Carmine Rose is basically a Ravi, so yay, with a lot of debuffs, so yay yay yay. Misty Chain does a little bit of healing, so yay. Pull Horizon subjective, I wouldn't use her, so I'll just leave her out, so no. So yes, so these are the people that you want to use for both PvE and PvP content. So based on how you wanna do it, you can just pair it either or, neither nor. So yeah, I'll just see you guys in the next video, and hopefully by then I can reach 1010, which is so far away. Okay, so ciao people.